Hello again. In the last email, I talked about how you should know what you want to say, but don't know your words, i.e. not have a word-for-word script for your presentation. And it was really interesting. I had quite a lot of response to that email, or to that video, I should say, because a number of people came back saying, but I have to have a script. How on earth am I ever going to remember all of this stuff? I don't have a good memory. I can't remember it word for word. And people went into sort of panic mode about it a little bit. So I just want to reflect a little bit further on how you guide yourself through what you want to say on stage. Now, I think partly it depends on the format. If you are delivering a formal main stage keynote, people expect you to know it. And to an extent, yes, you are going to learn it word for word, although even then, I think you are going to have some freedom to be a little bit more conversational. But there is a performative aspect to delivering a formal keynote. But for the majority of us, when we're actually presenting in meetings or we're running workshops and that sort of stuff. And I think what you need in that situation are prompts. So think about your slides can act as prompts. Now, they are not there as your script, but there might be an image that you know is the jumping off point to what you want to say, or at best, maybe a few words. You certainly don't want to have a word-for-word script on your slides because you will end up reading it. And that might even mean you turning your back on your audience if your slides are behind you. But I think, yeah, using your slides as prompts, a jumping off point for the things you want to talk about can work very well. I'm also quite a big fan of cue cards. I think you can have those just with, again, bullet points, not word-for-word script. But I think some cue cards, which you can just keep tucked inside your jacket, in your back pocket, bring them out, look at them, put them away, put them on a table, wherever. Don't necessarily hold them in your hand the whole time. You look a bit like a game show host, quite frankly, but just bring them out, glance at them when you need them, put them away. It may just be one cue card with just a structure, a list of the 6 topics you're going to cover. And if you are struggling to remember what order you're going to say things in, or what the topics you want to cover, one little trick is to structure your presentation around FAQs, frequently asked questions. So you might want to call it, here are the 5 things you need to know about X, or the 5 questions you've always had about Y. And then your slides are simply 5 slides that say question 1, and here's the question, and then you answer it. So it's almost as if somebody's been interviewing you on stage, but it's your slides that bring the questions up. Or maybe you just have a cue card and says, right, so the first question I want to talk about is this, and then you answer it. And you'd be surprised if you've got a half-hour presentation, and you want to get, you've got 5 questions, really 5 minutes on each, plus a little bit of time for beginning and end, will give you your presentation. And it means that it will be different every time you do it, because you're going to answer those questions in a slightly different way. But it also means you can actually make those questions more pertinent to the particular audience you're talking to, or make your answers more pertinent, I should say, to the people you're actually talking to. So if you are struggling to remember exactly what you want to say, either be prepared to have some prompts, cue cards, possibly your slides, or think about just structuring your content around 5 questions, 5 FAQs, frequently asked questions, and you just pose the question via the slides, and then you answer it. Try it next time you present. It can actually make for a much more engaging and interesting conversational presentation for you and for your audience. So I hope those tips will help. If you've come to this video via my email newsletter while you're here on YouTube, please do subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I post new content. If you have found this on YouTube, then in the description below, you'll find a link to my email newsletter and my website, where if you sign up, you'll get a fortnightly tip from me on some aspect of presenting and communication, and also a roundup of great content from around the web. So hope that was useful, and see you next time.